Oh.
What if I told you no? When you burn just to get there.
It's just everything. It's just fucking genius. Hello, welcome to this video. My name's Dan, aka Lucin. I'm a music producer and songwriter. And today, the day is finally here. I'm going to be reacting to Midnights by Taylor Swift. So let's go. As you can see, I've got my Junior Jules top on with all my friends who signed it from Swiftageddon. We haven't heard anything from Midnights yet. No idea, absolutely zero idea of what the sound's going to be. Obviously, we've got pictures. It's very 70s. Could it be a bit of a retro throwback? Could it be a bit like, you know, more of like an indie moment? It's produced with Jack again, Antonoff. Basically, nothing to go on. I've got a cold, but nothing's going to stop me. But I might be like spluttering a little bit throughout this video, so help me forgive me. Yes, also today we've got the Anti-Hero music video, and actually by the time you see this, my reaction to the Anti-Hero music video will already be out because I'm gonna do it like in the middle of the day and put it straight out. So if you want to check that out, I'll link it in the corner or whatever, put a card. And apparently I'm literally filming this at like 8:05. Apparently there's like a whole bunch of 3 a.m. tracks as well. There's another music video coming on Tuesday, which we don't know what it's for, and I'll be reacting to that as well. So make sure to keep an eye out for that reaction an hour after the music video comes out, because music video reactions are really easy to edit. But before we get started, if you are new to the channel and you're not already a regular viewer, then make sure to subscribe. And actually, I've done every single album so far, including all the Vault ones. Make sure to click on the playlist if you want to watch all of those. And if you want to watch my videos uncut, including, at the moment, I've got my uncut Reputation reaction and my uncut original self-titled album reaction, and the uncut version of this reaction are all on Patreon right now, so make sure to check those out. And you can also watch my videos early and you can request reactions and stuff, so there's all sorts of good stuff going on over there. Make sure to click on the link in the description if you want to support me further. Okay. Oh my god, this is like truly hype. Like, I honestly can't believe that we still haven't heard anything at all. It's a bit insane for me. Oh god, let's go. Song number 1. This is Lavender Haze. Ooh. Oh, bit Reputation vibes. Nice. Love the hook. Yes. This is definitely poppier than I just was expecting it to be. You handle it beautifully. Sick. Oh. I love the melody of this. It is so giving me Reputation vibes. Ooh, nice. This is sick. I love the hook. I love that it is hooky. Oh. I love that it's kind of has like a kind of murky, gloomy, kind of slightly foreboding feeling to it, you know? And it is a bit electronic. I was hoping for kind of indie dream pop. That was what my hope was for this album. We could be going there.
Go viral, I just need this love spiral. Get it off your chest.
Yeah. Oh, I love all the texture going on there in the lows. Nice. Oh, this is sick. So it's about rumours, right? It's about rumours. Like gaylor. Lol. Very fucking cool. Ah, that is so cool. That was not what I was expecting. I was not expecting like a kind of murky, groovy kind of, yeah, it like genre wise is quite genreless really. It does pull a little bit from hip hop, doesn't it? But it doesn't feel too over speaky or anything. It doesn't take it too far in that direction. It really does like have a groove to it. I love how her voice sounds in it. I love that she's kind of got that light kind of breathy thing that sounds a little bit like Delicate, you know, that kind of vocal performance, and a bit, and like, and maybe like a little bit like Gorgeous, like in the kind of, in the big vocal kind of moments. It really has like that kind of slight darkness of the Reputation album, which is not what I was expecting from this album. I kind of thought that she was going to follow the trajectory of like Evermore and Folklore, really, even though I was hoping for something a bit more electronic. For me, like, I love a mixture of electronic and kind of real. That's like where the magic stuff is for me, and like we could be going there. Very cool. Quick update for anyone who doesn't know. So there's been a lot of conversation online about this song since the names were released, before obviously no one actually heard it. Basically, Taylor chose the name for this song. She said it was about her relationship with Joe, and everybody online who, you know, knows about queer history was a bit confused that she would be talking about a heterosexual relationship with the word lavender. In terms of queer history, the term lavender marriage was actually something that was given to somebody, a marriage of convenience, usually between a gay man and a gay woman, in order to conceal their true sexuality. And now, I know that like a lot of the gaylor stuff online does go like a bit mad in terms of its theoretical stuff, but like honestly, like I'm not a gaylor, I'm a byler. I think it's entirely plausible that Taylor is bisexual, but because of the hugeness of her career, and actually because of the pressure from countries where her music is popular, where actually being gay or bisexual is not actually legal, I think she hasn't been able to come out because it would affect her career, and because it would be such a big deal, it would kind of overshadow all the music. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going as far as to say that like Taylor and Joe's relationship is a lavender marriage, but like it just feels like there are just so many hints. So yes, that's my theory. I think Taylor's bi. Just saying. Anyway, let's move on. If my Swiftie bestie Claire were here, she would be telling me, like, she'd be like, no, keep going, keep talking about gaylor. Let's have a look at the lyrics. So meet me at midnight is the first line, which is great because it's like, that's what the whole kind of story of the album's been about. She was saying something, I did see a little post online earlier today, like her saying that it's like a concept album, which I am so here for. That is totally, completely up my vibe. Yes, please. This could be my favourite Taylor Swift album. I really like this song. Anyway, I've really listened to one song. Staring at the ceiling with you. Oh, you never say too much. And you don't really read into my melancholia. I've been under scrutiny. You handled it beautifully. All this shit is new to me. I feel the lavender haze. Oh, a slang coined in the 50s and refers to being in love. Okay, so there are other kind of non-gay terms for the lavender, but do you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean. I'm damned if I do, or damned what people say. No deal. The 1950s shit they want from me. I just want to stay in that lavender haze. So she's using the term lavender haze and to kind of represent her relationship outside of the gaze of the public, you know. And I'm trying to block out all of the rumours and all the stuff that people are saying about me. Oh, I like that second verse. All they keep asking me is if I'm going to be your bride. The only kind of girl they see is one night or a wife. So it's saying that like women, it's kind of like an antiquated view of women. They can't see a girl to have like a serious relationship and for her to not be married. Like, it's kind of, she's kind of saying, you know, where like, you know, I thought we were past, you know, that kind of expectation of women. Talk your talk and go viral. I just need this love spiral. Get it off your chest. Get it off my desk. So it's basically saying you can do whatever you want. Keep on the crazy rumours and tabloid shit about me. I don't care. I'm just going to ignore it. And in terms of the midnights, like, keep you up in the middle of the night, I can understand why. It's like all the rumours going on about her in Twitter and in the media and stuff would be keeping her up at night. So I'm feeling the vibes. I'm feeling the concept. Love the song. Let's go on to the second song. I'm going to be here for hours. This is Maroon. Ooh, nice.
Cleaning incense off your vinyl shelf cause we lost track of time.
I like the melody.
How'd we end up on the floor? Your roommate's cheap ass screw top rosé.
Melody's a very Reputation. Maybe she wrote it around that time.
The one I was dancing with in New York.
When you had your hands tied.
Burgundy on my t-shirt when you splashed your wine into me and mom, you saw on my collar.
I like the idea of Maroon being like an aged version of Red. Like a mature love. Nice. Oh, I like that. It's very cinematic.
Silent with your head in your hands. shit always ends.
Wow. You sobbing with your head in your hands.
I thought were roses.
Broken bones are mending. That's what that reminds me of.
The rubies that I gave up, and I, the one.
This one's definitely more of like a kind of mystical, hazy song, you know.
At the sky and it was the rusted pool between telephones. The lips I used to call home, so scarlet it was.
The lips I used to call home, so scarlet.
And awake with your memory.
Talking about her past loves, maybe? I think it's got to be related to red, because it's all different colours of red that have aged. And maybe it's the legacy of that album and that love.
So scarlet it was. Maroon.
Ugh. I thought I was going to go off again. Quite cool they didn't. I love the kind of like, the very kind of 80s Mellotron-y kind of thick pad stuff that's going on throughout each song. Yeah, very cool. That was a bit more of a simplistic song. I quite liked like how it was quite stripped back, to be fair, because it really created like a sense of mood. It's this thing that we're getting taken into the dream space. Do you know what I mean? Like it's very like, you know, lie back and kind of astral plane it. There's the vibes. I think I liked Lavender Haze a bit more, but I'm excited to look to the lyrics of that one because I feel like there's so much that you could take from it. Maroon. When the morning came, we were cleaning incest off your vinyl shelf because we lost track of time again, laughing with my feet in your lap like you were my closest friend. How'd we end up on the floor anyway, you'd say? Your roommate's cheap-ass screw-top rosé, that's how. I see you every day now. Okay, maybe that's like looking at the beginning of her relationship with Joe, potentially, I'm not sure. And I chose you, the one I was dancing with in New York, no shoes. Looked up at the sky and it was the burgundy on my t-shirt when you splashed your wine into me, and how the blood rushed to my cheeks so scarlet it was, the mark they saw on my collarbone, the rust that grew between telephones, the lips I used to call home, so scarlet it was maroon. Gorgeous. I adore all of the red imagery, and I just love that it feels like an evolution of her songwriting, because it's like, obviously Red is one of the greatest albums I think ever. I adore it, obviously, and it's my favourite Taylor Swift album. Saying it, but like when you listen to it, it does sound, she sounds young, you know, in terms of her songwriting. And I think that like this song is such a cool like direct comparison to that in terms of like linking the words and the word red itself, and how, you know, love and relationships develop over time, and how her songwriting has developed over time. And actually you can see so much more maturity in the lyrics that she's writing here compared to like how red was like a singular thing back in the day. But this one, it's like, it's not just red, it's scarlet and it's maroon and it's rust, blood, wine. In terms of what it's about, it seems to be directly linking to Dance With Our Hands Tied, doesn't it? When the silence came, we were shaking, blind and hazy. How the hell did we lose sight of us again? Sobbing with your head in your hands, ain't that the way shit always ends? So it's post, like after an argument. I feel for you no matter what, the rubies that I gave up. Rubies are red as well. Oh my god, this is so clever. Every single line. But that seems to suggest that they broke up, so maybe she's talking about previous relationships and how they're still like stuck with her. And I lost you, the one I was dancing with in New York, no shoes. So it could be about Carly Kloss. And I wake with your memory over me. Oh, that's a real fucking legacy. So it seems like she's woken up in the middle of the night remembering this relationship. The lips I used to call home, so scarlet it was maroon. Who has read a rip? Lips and Carly. I mean, if she had that relationship with Carly Kloss, Dance With Her Hands Tied is a song that could be relating to that. Burgundy again. I just love the wordplay. I think it's so intelligently written. It's brilliant. Whoever it seems to be about a past relationship that didn't carry on and is maybe hanging over her current relationship, and maybe that's why she's up in the middle of the night for this song, because she wants to be all in with her current relationship with Joe and feels like the ghosts of her past are hanging over her, you know. Let's go on to the next song. This is Antihero, which is the single, I guess. Check out my video reaction somewhere. Ooh, I love that. That subtexture that's shaking. I get older but not ever wiser. I love that. Love her voice in this. Oh my god, Taylor! Lyrics! She's the queen of internal rhymes. I'm the problem, it's me. Oh shit.
I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. Rooting for the
Oh, must be exhausting always. So it's a self-deprecation.
It's a sexy baby, a monster on the hill.
Oh, you're not a monster on the hill, baby.
I'm slowly lurching toward your favorite city, but never killed.
Wow.
For narcissist.
This is just, I adore the lyrics in this. Oh my god, her lyricism is just gets better and better and better.
It's me. Hi. Everybody agrees. It must be rooting for the anti-hero.
She's reflecting on her own position in the world, isn't she?
Kills me for the money. She thinks I left them in the will. She's laughing up at us from hell. I'm the problem.
I love the performance.
I'm the problem. It's me. Everybody agree.
Wow, she's really getting lost in it here.
It's me. Hi. It's me. Time's done, but never in the mirror. The anti-hero.
Wow. I love how snappy that song is, actually. That is just, lyricism to the absolute fucking max. Oh my god. Those, like, pre-chorus moments where she's, like, doing all those internal rhymes. Just absolutely amazing. I adored that. This concept of her being the anti-hero and all these lyrics about, like, you know, I'm the monster, like, lurching towards your nearest city, pierce me through the heart, but I still won't die. It's all these kind of, like, internal doubts, like, maybe it's, like, fed by what's been said about her in the media, like, but it seems to be, like, these swirling feelings. It's that kind of relatable thing when you wake up in the middle of the night, just, like, almost, like, having this kind of anxiety swirl, and you're just thinking, wow, I am a piece of shit, and it's just because you've kind of almost, like, let those thoughts get to you, and that's kind of where she's at, you know, with this song. So relatable, but like tough, isn't it? You know, I really like the little vignette of like her in the looking into the future, seeing her daughter-in-law offering her for the money, but actually realizing that she's left all the, like, no money to them and no will. She probably left all the money to her cats, let's be honest. I love this overarching concept of stuff that's keeping you up in the middle of the night. It's so cool. Oh, and I love the overarching sound palette. It seems like every song so far seems to be really pinned down by like a retro synth, by like a real synth from like, I guess, late 70s onwards. I feel like they probably picked out maybe one or two specific analog synths and then created all the songs like to kind of fit inside that vibe, because it does have a retro feel to it, you know? And I love the kind of the analog nature of it. It gives it like a slight hiss, it gives it like a slight kind of like drone, and it like makes it feel as if it's like those feelings of being like stuck in the middle of the night. It's very cool. Let's look at the lyrics. It's me. Hi. I have this thing where I get older, but just never wiser. Midnights become my afternoons when my depression works the graveyard shift. All of the people I've ghosted stand there in the room. Wow. Feeling guilty about the way she's treated other people. I should not be left to my own devices. They come with prices and vices. I end up in crisis. Amazing. I wake up screaming from dreaming. One day I'll watch as you're leaving because you got tired of my scheming. So she's like freaking out that like she's unlovable and that like one day Joe maybe will leave her. It's me. Hi. I like that. It's cute. Kind of underlines it with a little bit of humour there, doesn't it? Like, it's a bit of a self-deprecating humour, isn't it? Like, at tea time everybody agrees. 70. It must be exhausting always rooting for the anti-hero. So she's kind of singing to the fans, right? Sometimes I feel like everybody is a sexy baby, and I'm a monster on the hill. Too big to hang out, slowly lurching towards your favourite city. Pierced through the heart but never light. So maybe that's like, maybe to her like friends and family and stuff, like I'm this monster, you know, people know that I'm coming, you know, I can't like just hang out and have a normal time because it's known, I'm a known entity, and it kind of, and she feels like she's ruining everything, you know. Did you hear my covert narcissism I disguise as altruism, like some kind of congressman? Oh my god, so good. And that's referring to the previous lyric, you know, covert narcissism, like talking about herself as this huge monster. It's like all these kind of internal thoughts, it's like fighting within her head. I think like lyrically it's just so cool. Okay, now on to song number 4. I know a lot of you watching are going to be excited for this one. I am very excited for this one. This is Snow on the Beach feat Lana Del Rey. I'm not ready. Ooh, I love the plinky plonky strings.
One night a few moons ago might just have been you.
I like this. There's that synth again. I love the melody.
Awful Thanks for asking. Like snow at the beach, stars by the pocketful.
Oh, beautiful. I love that.
No sound, it's all around. Like snow on the beach, snow on the beach.
It's kind of a mystical thing, isn't it? I had snow on the beach one day when I was a kid.
On a screen, aurora borealis.
You can hear Lana in the whispering there.
Now my periphery would be so
I hope this isn't like a featuring Haim where like they were just in the backing vocals.
Now it's like snow at the beach.
Like, you can hear Lana in it, and I love that it's kind of like Lana sprinkled on it. But I want to hear her sing out right, obviously.
Snow on the beach.
You can hear her in that snow. Nice.
Afraid to jinx it. I don't flying saucers from another planet.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Are we falling like snow at the beach?
Is it just Lana as backing vocals? Oh, that's a bit disappointing.
Down no sound, it's all around.
You definitely get a feeling of Lana from it, definitely. I just would have liked a bit more of a prominent feature, to be honest.
It's coming down, it's coming down.
I do love the song though. As much as I was hoping for a bit more Lana in it, I do think it's beautiful. Cool. Yeah, beautiful song. I really like that. I just wish that there was a bit more Lana in it. It feels like the chorus vocal was like almost like a kind of blurring of the two voices together. It's like a merging. But I kind of could have done with her singing the second verse. Unless this is just another moment where I don't recognise Lana's vocal. But it would have didn't watch it. Was it the Blue Bannisters one? One of my Lana reactions, I was like, wow, Lana sounds really different. And everyone was like, it's literally a man singing. So maybe that's what I've done. Maybe I've completely misheard it. Anyway, I love the production on that. I really like how felt very mystical, but I loved the kind of plucky nature of the strings and the guitar. Gave it a kind of lightness, like a dreamy feeling, like a kind of optimistic feeling. You know, it really kind of had this sense of like swirling, dreaming kind of like all of the album is like that. I really love how conceptual it is. That one in particular really had that sense, and like the pluckiness kind of did seem to represent the snow. Do you know what I mean? It kind of had a feeling of the snow in it. Really adore the sounds of that, and I do love how like you definitely heard the Lana-isms, you know, and in how the melody's written and stuff as well. Let's take a look at the lyrics, because I wasn't 100% sure what that one was about. Like snow on the beach. One night a few moons ago I saw flecks of what could have been light, but it must have just been you passing by unbeknownst to me. Life is emotionally abusive and time can't stop me quite like you did. So there's a lot of moments of Taylor and Lana singing together, but it's a little bit of a missed opportunity for me. But then don't force it. You know, that's what happened with Lady Gaga and Florence. It was like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing, Lady Gaga and Florence together, and it wasn't really. That's like snow on the beach, we're beautiful, flying in a dream, stars by the pocketful. I love that. Tonight feels impossible, but it's coming down, no sound, it's all around. So like a sense of comfort, but also a sense of like weirdness, you know. The scene feels like what I once saw on a screen. I searched Aurora Borealis green. I've never seen someone lit from within, blurring out my periphery. My smile is like I want a contest, and to hide that would be so dishonest. And it's fine to fake it till you make it, till you do, till it's true. I'm not 100% sure what she's talking about here. I can't speak it, afraid to jinx it, don't even dare to wish it, but your eyes are flying saucers from another planet. Now I'm all for you like Janet. Damn it. So it seems as if it's like maybe set at the beginning of a relationship, kind of not wanting to believe it's true, that kind of like feeling inside you where it's like weird, but it's beautiful, but you kind of almost like don't trust it. And that's the kind of dichotomy that she's painting with this thing of like snow on the beach. Like it's beautiful, but it's a bit weird and a bit unnerving. I'm not 100% sure if that's exactly what it's about, but I do love all the beautiful imagery in the lyrics. It's really gorgeous. Cool. Okay, let's go on to the next one. This is song number 5. Track 5. Are we going to get All Too Well Part 10? 28-minute version. This is You're on Your Own, Kid.
Summer went away, still the yearning stays.
Sad Girl Autumn.
I wait patiently.
Cool. Why is this reminding me of My Life Would Suck Without You?
Anyway, with your boys,
I really like the pace of this.
I dream of getting out, one who could make me stay.
Love it. I love the tension this is building.
That you never care. You're on your own, kid. you always have been.
Oh, wow.
I see the
I really like this. I love the kind of mixture of it being like quite an insistent beat, but it not going up. It kind of like staying like this.
run away. So called a taxi to take me there. It's just to learn that my dreams aren't rare.
Wow.
You're on your own, kid.
Wow. Oh, the drums are sick. Oh, the production on this is fucking great. I love this song. Oh my god. This is so up my street, this kind of vibe.
Gave my blood, sweat and tears for this. Starved my body.
Oh, wow.
Saved by a perfect kiss.
Wow. Looking at her like maybe the mistakes of her past.
Blood-soaked gown and I saw some, 'cause there were pages turned with the bridges burned.
Oh. Oh.
Bracelets take the moment and taste and reason to be.
I've got chills all over my body. I love how this is slowly built up.
Kid, you always have been.
Oh my god. Oh, I fucking love that. Oh, shit. I just got a little bit of the next one. It's a bit scary. Oh, I adored that. Like, that is like completely up my street. Like cinematic, ethereal, like a slow tension build that doesn't have like a big moment, but does slowly build into this huge wave of feeling where she's looking back at like her career on the way up and how maybe she kind of fucked over other people to get there. Do you know, that's kind of feeling I'm getting from it. Like, it's the blood-soaked gown. Oh my god, that's like the imagery of that is just like so powerful. I just adore how cinematic it is. Oh, just so good. I just adore the production on it. I think it's still within that sense of like analog synth. You know, we're taking it like retro synth vibes. It's very, I'd say it's quite kind of, it's Kate Bushy. Let's be honest, it's Kate Bushy. I think this is the what I'm getting from the production of it. Yeah, really cool. That was just so elegantly written. I just look at the lyrics because I need the lyrics. It's just, this album is so good. Like, it just feels like so much of an evolution. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like every single album we're hearing from her, the songwriting is just getting more and more and more mature, and she's just showing off with her lyricism, you know. And it just feels like there's so much depth to her songwriting that it's more than just telling a story. I think she tells a story like nobody else, but I really love that her songwriting is changing and she's creating stuff that's a little bit more like multi-dimensional in terms of the feeling that she's kind of portraying, you know. I think this is my favourite song of the album so far, actually. Summer went away, still the yearning stays. I play it cool with the best of them. I wait patiently, he's got to notice me. It's okay with the best of friends. I hear it in your voice, you're smoking with your boys. I touch my phone as if it's your face. I didn't choose this town, I dream of getting out. There's just one who could make me stay. So it feels like post some kind of relationship. Or maybe it's talking about like how the relationship is mellowed slightly. Like, it seems as if like he's away doing his own thing and she's like there like kind of having a bit of a freak out, you know. From sprinkler splashes to fireplace ashes, I waited ages to see you there. I searched the party of better bodies just to learn that you never cared. Oh, okay, so maybe this is about somebody else. You're on your own, kid, you always have been. I picked the better he loves me out, something different bloom writing in my room. I play songs in the parking lot, I'll run away. I called the taxi to me there. I searched the party of better bodies just to learn my dreams aren't rare. Wow. There's this feeling of being like, you're not special. You're just like everybody else, really. From sprinkler splashes to fireplace ashes, I gave my blood, sweat and tears for this. I hosted parties and starved my body like I'd be saved by a perfect kiss. Oh my god. That's the sense of like looking back at her past. Maybe it's like taking place in time after one of her relationships broke down and she's kind of looking at herself really negatively. Like relating it to her career and kind of saying, you know, I did all this stuff to try to become this perfect person, but in the end I was just still waiting to be saved by the perfect kiss, by the dream romance, you know. But the reality wasn't really actually that. The jokes weren't funny, I took the money, my friends from home don't know what to say. I looked around in a blood-soaked gown, I saw something they can't take away. Very rich and opulent, but soaked with kind of the blood of the people I stepped on to get to this place. You know, it's very self-critical, but there is a positive side to it. There were pages turned with his bridges burned. I fucking adore that. Everything you lose is a step you take. So make the friendship breaks. That's like make the most of what you have at the time, because actually throughout your own life, doesn't matter who you're with, you're going to be on your own. Oh my God, that is fucking incredible. That's my favorite so far. Amazing. I adore that. Let's go on to the next song. This is Midnight Rain.
He wanted it comfortable, I wanted that pain.
Okay, so this sounds like Sober by Björk, by Lord. A little bit horror vibes. I feel like we're going to start going down the rabbit hole now. This is definitely giving me Jack Antonoff melodrama.
My town was a wasteland, pageant queens and pretenders. For some it was paradise.
Okay, yeah, looking at like restriction of our hometown.
Slow motion, love potion, jumping off things in the ocean.
Gorgeous. She's just showing off with her rhyming
I
now.
was midnight.
He wanted it comfortable, I wanted that pain. I was thinking
I love this is sick. I was not expecting a like vocal manipulated thing in a Taylor song, but there we go. At this point, like
But for him,
more Reputation vibes in the melody.
deep portal, time travel, all the love we unravel. Cause he was sunshine, I was midnight rain.
It was sunshine, I was midnight rain. Oh, yeah. Oh shit. Maybe like looking back at a childhood relationship and why it broke down, like teenage kind of in young relationship. He wanted a wife, I wanted to make my own name. He was the sunshine, I was midnight rain. It's like he wanted the happiness and the simple life and I wanted the pain. Oh my God.
And he never thinks of me, except when I'm on TV.
Yeah. There's a lot of kind of internal struggles with her grasping with fame, you know,
Think of
her
him,
position at this point, you know.
midnights like this. Midnights like
Yeah. Concept album, I fucking love it. Wow. I was not expecting this from Taylor. Like, I really thought that it was gonna be a bit more of a natural progression from Folklore, but it's not at all, is it? It feels like a grown-up version of Reputation. Like, it feels like if Reputation took this kind of electronic dark theme and blew it up to kind of crazy proportions, Midnights goes from the same place but kind of goes down, you know? Reputation goes up and Midnights goes down and further and further and further, and you're getting darker and gloomier, and it's very, very cool, and I love it. And fucking lyricism is some of the best that she's ever written. Like, honestly, it just feels so brilliantly done. Like, every single line is well thought out. Every single line has like clever rhyming schemes. She jumps between rhythms and rhyming schemes like she is a like penguin. That's not a good analogy. like a graceful penguin in the water. There we go. Oh my God. And I just love that it's a fucking concept album. And I just adore that, like, everything feels like the murky midnight times, you know, like I'm pacing the room, I can't get these thoughts out of my head, and they've so beautifully recreated that, not only in the swirling lyricism and getting lost in your head and lost in anxiety, but also in the sounds, you know, the heaviness, the weight of it, the analog thing, you know, it's I love it. It's so good. Such a pinpoint sound. It's really nicely done. I just I've got such a blocked nose. Let's have a look at the lyrics. Where are we, lyrics? I love this album as something to listen to, like, almost like you could listen to it in the dark and just get taken off by it, almost like you're kind of astral planing the album. I think that's kind of the idea, you know. I mean, of course she started the song with Rain. He wanted it comfortable, I wanted that pain. He wanted a bride, I was making my own name, chasing that fame. He stayed the same, all of me changed like midnight. Oof, I love it. My town was a wasteland full of cages, full of fences. Pageant queens were big pretenders, but for some it was paradise. My boy was a montage of slow motion, love potion. Jumping off things in the ocean. I broke his heart because he was so nice. He was sunshine, I was midnight rain. Came like a postcard, picture perfect, shiny family, holiday peppermint candy, but for him it's every day. So, like, she's looking back at, like, this relationship she had maybe when she was a teenager in her hometown. He's taken the route of, like, I wanted comfortable, I want what I know, I want the white picket fence. But she saw the white picket fence and thought of it as a cage and thought, I want to be my own person. I want to be famous. I want to be a songwriter. I want to do this for myself. And she broke his heart because they were two different people. But now she's looking back and, like, looking through the portal of time and kind of thinking, you know, like, what happened? A deep portal, time travel, all the love we unravel, and the life I gave away, because he was sunshine, I was midnight rain. I fucking love that lyric. That's one to write on my arm for the next Swift Again, I think. I guess sometimes we all get just what we wanted, and he never thinks of me except for when I'm on TV. I guess sometimes we all get some kind of haunted. So it's like almost like she's being haunted by this past relationship, and I never think of him except on midnights like this. It's the kind of interesting thing where, like, different thoughts come up in the middle of the night, you know, like, it is a very strange kind of phenomenon with human beings that, like, the night seems to change everything, and that kind of seems to be what the whole album is about, like the ethos of the whole album. And this one, it's like bringing up all these like weird feelings about like what her life maybe could have been had she done something completely different, you know, the parallels, you know. Let's go on to the next song. This is song number 7. This is Question. If this is like sampling Destiny's Child, I'll be very surprised.
Good girl, I swear that it was something, cause I don't
Nice.
a color I've searched for since, but one
Gold.
thing after. Can I ask you a question? Kiss you in a crowded room, and every single one of your friends was making fun of you.
Wow.
But fifth, then what did you do? Did you wish you'd put up more of a fight?
Huh.
Do you wish you? It's just a question.
Not sure what this one's about yet. I love where it's building to though. It seems like there's a slow build, you know.
There's one drink after another, gender roles, and you're not sure, and I don't know. Wait, I'd like to have a conversation. Can I ask you a question?
Nice. Properly kicked in now.
But 15 seconds later, they were clapping to the night.
Not sure what, like, who she's speaking to. I'm not sure, maybe it's about somebody else's past romance.
It's just a question. Does it feel like every second best
What are those sounds going on?
strike? And what's that?
Maybe it's about, like,
You're
somebody that Joe used to date.
That's what's suitable and right. But
Oh, yes.
I ask you a question, and every single one of your friends was making fun of you.
I love where this has gone production-wise.
They were
Oh,
clapping to
yeah. Love that. Amazing.
the middle of the night.
The production is really taking us to that kind of slightly twisted place, you know.
Do you wish you could still touch her? It's just a question.
I love the production on that, particularly. Not sure what it was about. Love the production, love the dynamics, love that it started off really quiet and really simple, and then like slowly, bit by bit, it just added a bit more. I think like in terms of like standard pop structure, you kind of expect it to be like verse, chorus, middle eight, chorus. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of structure. Whereas this one was like verse, chorus, middle eight, chorus. It was like just gradually getting bigger, which I really appreciated that. Very cool. Let's look at the lyrics. Question. Tell me what you think about me. I remember. Good girl, sad boy, big city, wrong choices. We had one thing going on, I swear that it was something. I don't remember who I was before you painted all my nights a colour I've searched for since. But one thing after another, fucking situations, circumstances, miscommunications, and I have to say, by the way, I just may like some explanations. Oh, maybe it's like a previous relationship that like she never got closure for, and she's kind of like maybe writing this as kind of an open question, maybe as a sense of trying to give herself some closure and kind of make something of this open question that was left of their relationship, you know? Did you ever have someone kiss you in a crowded room? Dress, yeah. And every single one of your friends was making fun of you, but 15 seconds later they were clapping too. Then what did you do? Did you leave our house in the middle of the night? Did you wish you put up more of a fight when she said it was too much? Oh, okay, so it's like after a fight. Maybe this is how this relationship broke down. Do you wish you still could still touch her? Half moon eyes, bad surprise. Did you realise out of time she was on your mind with some dickhead guy that you saw that night? So it's now flipped around into that other person's perspective. So like this happened, so she got kissed in the middle of the room and everybody around was like, she was like the centerpiece of that, and she hated that feeling. And maybe it was like enough for her to be like, that's too much for me, I can't deal with that, you know? Does it feel like everything's just the second best after that meteor strike? And what's that I heard, that you're still with her? That's nice, but I'm sure that's what's suitable and right. But tonight, yeah, so in the middle of this night, are you thinking about me in the way that I'm thinking about you? thinking about what didn't happen. There's a lot of like reflecting on earlier relationships, isn't there? Like, I love that she's kind of exploring that side of her, you know, writing process and stuff. Okay, let's go on to the next one. This is Vigilante Shit.
Draw the cat eyes sharp enough to kill a man.
Here we go with Reputation again.
I'm the worst of them.
This is so simple, the production is mad.
I don't dress for friends. Lately I've been dressing for revenge. She needed
Love it.
She had the envelope.
Give me a little bit of False God energy in the minimal production.
Now she gets the house, gets the kids, gets the pride.
Whoa.
Lately she's been dressing for revenge. Can tell you how it ends.
This is sick. The production is so fun. I'd never expect something quite so minimal and experimental as this on a Taylor song, you know?
Ladies always rise above.
This is a little bit Mad Woman-esque, isn't it, as well, lyrically?
And the ladies simply hide in
I love how confident this is.
and crossing all of mine
Yeah.
to the FBI. I'm on my vigilante shit. Can tell you how it ends.
This is so sick. I was not expecting something so cool.
So on the weekends, lately I've been dressing for revenge.
Amazing. That feels like a Reputation, like, you know, B-side, you know, from the Vault Reputation song. That was so sick. But it feels like a more mature version of what she was trying to do on Reputation, you know, like the production on Reputation. I felt like it almost was like it wanted to do the hip hop stuff, and it did succeed in a lot of ways, but it kind of ended up veering off of that, you know. But that one really leaned quite heavily into it, you know, just having like an 808 and like a few synths and then some experimental sound design stuff. That's pretty much it, you know, framing those sharp lyrics that are so scathing. I love it. It's so good. Lately I've been dressing for revenge. Draw the cat eye sharp enough to kill a man. You did some bad things, but I'm the worst of them. Sometimes I wonder which one will be your last lie. They say looks can kill and I might try. I don't dress for women, I don't dress for men because I'm bisexual. I dress for both. Lately I've been dressing for revenge. Yeah. I love all the references to getting dressed. You know, she's putting on her eyeliner. They say looks can kill and I might try. You know, it's all these kinds of things leading up to this idea that she's dressing to get revenge on somebody, you know. I don't start shit, but I can tell you how it ends. Don't get sad, get even. So on the weekends, I don't dress for friends. Lately, I've been dressing for revenge. She needed cold hard proof, so I gave her some. She had the envelope. Where'd you think she got it from? Now she gets the house, gets the kids, gets the pride. Picture me, thick as thieves with your ex-wife. So this might not be a true story. I feel like that would be quite bad. But like this guy that she's, you know, got like a big quarrel with, has been with this new wife, and she's like, here's the envelope with all the evidence. Now can send him to prison. So fun. It's given me like Nobody No Crime energy. He was doing lines and crossing all of mine. I told his white collar crimes to the FBI. I don't dress for villains or for innocents or maybe vigilante shit again. So it kind of seems to be a little bit of like a kind of a dramatized version of how she was seen as this kind of vigilante character by the media, you know, in the Reputation era. So it does seem to be like a very specific callback to Reputation, and maybe kind of being able to take that, and she's past enough now that she can turn it into like a kind of a confident like story about like sending someone to prison, you know. It's fucking cool. I mean, there's got to be some sort of allusion to the Kanye shit, because actually like the way she's painting the picture seems to be following the events of his life a bit, you know. He's gone down and down and down, gone crazier and weirder, and like left his wife and all this kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's like clearly like there's something in there for her about it, at least, even though it's not literal. Cool. Let's go on to the next one. This is Bejeweled. Ooh. This is the indie dream pop I was looking for.
Baby love, I think I've been a little. Didn't notice you walking all over my peace of mind.
I love the drum machine vibe. It's giving me retro analog synth again.
By the way, I'm going out tonight.
by the way.
Best believe I'm still bejeweled when I walk in the room, make the whole place shimmer.
Very nice.
And I want the penthouse of your heart.
Amazing.
I polish up real nice.
Nice. Nice. It's a bit kawaii. I love it.
Baby boy, I think I've been too good of a girl.
I just adore the direction of this album.
Since you my world, I miss sparkling. They asked, do you have a man? I can still say I don't remember. Your heart, diamonds in my polish.
I love all the different levels of the like referring to jewels, you know, polishing up, diamonds in my eyes, shimmering, refracting light, all that stuff. Production is amazing. It's everything I wanted.
Moonstone just 'cause he was high.
It seems like a self-indulgence, doesn't it? I love it. Shimmer. Really great. I just love all the levels, the layers of the Bejeweled, the shining. I'm walking into the room, I'm shivering, I polish up really nice, I got diamonds in my eyes, and the kind of like analog synth wop sound, all of that kind of shit really gives it that feeling of this kind of refraction of light, this refraction of sound, you know, it's all of those different layers I just adore. And like, but it still fits within that kind of retro analog synth vibe so beautifully. Oh my god, this album is amazing. It just feels so confident, you know, in its vision. I just love it. Baby love, I think I've been a little too kind. Didn't notice you walking all over my peace of mind. In the shoes I gave you as a present. Putting someone first only works when you're in their top 5. Oh shit, okay. So this is a you treated me like shit moment. I gave you shit and you walked all over me. Yeah. Best believe I'm still bejeweled when I walk in the room. I can still make the whole place shimmer. So it's like, you know, you, I'm still who I am even without you, you know. And when I meet the band, they ask, do you have a man? I say, I could say, I don't remember. You know, familiarity breeds contempt, so put me in the basement when I want the penthouse of your heart. Diamonds in my eyes, I polish up real nice. Like, obviously, like, she is feeling shit about this kind of whatever this breakup is, but like she's almost like trying to push herself, you know. Baby, well, I think a bit too good of a girl. Did all the extra credit, then I got graded on a curve. Oh my god, relatable. It's so clever. I remember my sister complaining about that back in the day. She's like, I worked so much harder than everybody else, I'm still gonna get an A star. Anyway, this sense of bejeweling yourself, it's like sticking shiny things on you so that she still shines and almost like force her to get better, you know. It's like I'm going to position my mind in a place where I can like still be confident in myself even though I don't necessarily believe it. Yeah, it's like a kind of manifestation. Very cool, very clever, so many layers, all of the above. Fabulous. Oh god, this is just so well done. This is going to review really well, I think, this album. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is Labyrinth. Come in. My references are strange. This does feel like electronic indie in terms of its like confidence in production, you know, and its non-poppiness, you know.
It only hurts this much was thinking.
Gorgeous. Not where I was expecting the vocal to go. Oh, love it. There's certainly hints of Jack Antonoff melodrama era on this album, on the production. Gorgeous.
Never trusted if your eyes is fast, can't last. I'm falling in love again. How'd you turn it right around?
Nice. Oh, gorgeous. Feels like the morning is starting to break at this point. If we look at like the whole album as like going through the night, it feels like there's a bit of, not quite daybreak, but approaching. This is so good. Give me a bit of Gold Rush energy, HD, in terms of structural stuff.
Just expects me to bounce back.
I'm so lost in this one. I love the flourishes. Feels like all the sounds were like designed so specifically. Oh! Oh my god, this album is like so up my street. Maybe Taylor was like, you know, I know that Dan's now a Swiftie. I should write an album just for him. I love the kind of non-specific structure of that song. It just feels like such a kind of swirling mess. Like, I adore it. Oh my god, this album is fucking great. Just so up my street. Like, I literally, me and Claire, my Swiftie bestie, we were talking in the kitchen the other day, and we were just saying, like, what are we expecting Midnights to be, based on the images, based on the, you know, titles of the songs and all that, all the vibes, you know. I said I reckon it's maybe going to be a bit Joni Mitchell, and I reckon it's going to be a bit like singer-songwritery, and she was like, okay. And then I was like, but what I want it to be is like, and what Midnights would be for me is almost like indie electronica, dream pop, potentially, and that's what she's fucking done. So here for it. It's so great. Like, as much as like the songs aren't like super poppy, I love like where they go, but I just love how she just has the confidence to just make something that's so conceptual and just like works in another completely different kind of genre, you know. Really great. It feels like to me like that one's like lost in the kind of repetition. The Labyrinth is the repetition of love, you know. I'm never gonna love again, like my heart's been broken too many times, oh look, here I am in love again. Like, continuous circle. Will it ever actually end, or am I going to be lost in the labyrinth forever, you know? It only hurts this much right now was what I was thinking the whole time. Breathe in, breathe through, breathe deep, breathe out. I'll be getting over you my whole life. You know how scared I am of elevators. Never trusted if it rises fast, it can't last. Oh, okay. Okay, something about like, you know, her learnings on love. You know, if it's too fast and too hard too fast, then it's gonna be a short thing, you know. Uh-oh, I'm falling in love again. Oh no. How'd you turn it right around? So maybe she's saying this is what I thought the Labyrinth was, but actually maybe like being with Joe, like she did fall hard and fall fast, but actually, oh wait, no, it's actually still going. It's still good, you know. And break up, break free, break through, break down. Oh my God. Amazing. You would break your back just to make me break a smile. Her fucking lyricism, I don't think I can go on about it enough, but this is the best lyrics. Like, throughout every single song, these are the best lyrics that she's ever written in terms of like pure wordplay and pure like word craft. Like, she's really just proving at this point that she just is like one of the songwriters of our generation. Like, and as a lyricist, there's no one else doing it like her in pop, you know. It's just brilliant. I love it. Let's go on to the next one. This is Karma. Can you? Oh, the production. It's like a movie.
You talking shit.
Nice.
Betrayal, but you're relevant.
Yeah. Yeah.
There, you see the glare of everyone you burn just to get there.
This is everything.
Around.
Oh my fucking God.
Outside of the street.
Ugh.
Karma is a god. There on the weekend.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
For you, it's not.
I adore this.
Cause it loves me. And karma vibe like that. Spider boy, weave your little web.
This is so good. Oh my God, I love it.
It's coming back around.
It's coming back around.
What I mean. Karma is a god. Karma is the
Karma is my boyfriend. Huh.
you and me, yes, that for you, it's not.
Ugh. I'm obsessed with the melody.
Karma vibe like that. Ask me what I earned from all those tears.
Yeah.
Karma is the thunder. Karma's on your scent
This is
like a bounty hunter.
good.
Gonna track you down, town to town, like queen. Karma takes all my friends. Guy on the screen, coming straight home to me. Come like a breeze in my hair on the weekend.
I'm obsessed with this.
For you, it's not.
Karma superiority. I love it.
Karma is a god.
Exploring all the things that karma could come into in your life, you know. Gorgeous. Fucking gorgeous. Fucking gorgeous. Amazing songwriting, amazing lyricism, amazing melody, amazing production. I'm just fucking obsessed. And that one had a little bit more of a pop edge to it. Shit. That song was dream pop. Just saying. Oh, I'm obsessed. Oh, I fucking love it. I'm so glad I love it. I mean, obviously I do, it's Taylor, but oh my god, I love it. This is so good. That might be my favourite so far, actually. There's just something about the rhythm of it. And I just love the synth. I love the way it kind of, that's the thing to it. And then I love all the kind of crystallized effects that were going on throughout the chorus. It gives it this real dreamy vibe. And I love the way that, like, this whole idea of karma coming back around, you know, it's like this circle thing. The way in which the melody and the rhythm of the melody, it just keeps going. It's almost like it's kind of, it has that vibe, doesn't it? Like it's going around, keeps coming around, just like karma. And it feels like that is how she came up with the idea of the song. It's like, let's write a song, let's write a lyric, let's write a melody that sounds as if it's karma coming back around. And let's talk about, it's just fucking genius. You're talking shit for the hell of it, addicted to betrayal, but you're relevant. You're terrified to look down, because if you dare, you'll see the glare of everyone you burned just to get there. It's coming back around. And I keep my side of the street clean. You wouldn't know what I mean. Karma is my boyfriend. Karma is a god. Karma is the breeze in my hair on the weekend. Karma is a relaxing thought. Aren't you envious for you that it's not sweet like honey? Karma is a cat purring in my lap. Because it loves me. Yay, cats. Flexing like a goddamn acrobat. Me and Karma vibe like that. So she's kind of comparing herself to, maybe it's Kanye, somebody. And she's saying, like, look at what karma has become for you. You know, for me, it's all these beautiful things because I've tried my best to do my best by other people. And actually, it seems to be all coming back to me because actually I'm finding success. I've got a loving boyfriend and I am able to take beauty from the small moments. You know, karma is the breeze in my hair on the weekend. Karma is a relaxing thought, just the small things, you know. But because she has an optimism and because she tries to, like, take this view in her life, it means that even the smallest things are enough to bring her happiness. And if you fixate on bad things, if you beat up other people to get where you are, if you don't give people respect, if you're obsessed with looks and if you're obsessed with, like, shallow shit, then that's all that's going to come back to you. You won't be able to take any appreciation in the small things. You won't be able to live a happy life moment to moment because you're obsessing on this, like, the negative bad shit. And it's kind of this idea of, like, it's like putting karma into kind of a real world sense, you know, and, like, aligning it in a sense of, like, mental health and the way in which you live your life. It's just so fucking great. Spider Boy, king of thieves, weave your little webs of opacity. My pennies made your crown. Trick me once, trick me twice. Don't you know that cash ain't the only price? Ask me what I learned from all those years. Ask me what I learned from all those tears. Ask me why so many fade, but I'm still here. Because karma is the thunder rattling your ground. Karma's on your scent like a bounty hunter. Karma's gonna track you down, step by step from town to town, sweet like justice. Karma is a queen. Karma takes all my friends to the summit. Karma is the guy on the screen, coming straight home to me. Amazing. Oh my god, I got chills all over my body just reading those fucking lyrics. Oh my god. Turning it around and saying what karma is for Kanye. It's obviously about him. That is my favourite song on the album. I adore that. I adore it, and it comes so late on. Oh my god. Okay, let's go on to the penultimate song. This is Sweet Nothing. Why did that make me think of I'm be taking flowers to the cemetery of my heart? Probably because it's on, like, a similar instrument. The end of the album definitely seems brighter.
I spy with my little tired eye pebble that we picked up last July. Does it ever miss Wicklow sometimes? Ooh.
Gorgeous. This definitely feels like the morning, doesn't it?
For running home to your sweet nothing. I'll take all that you ever wanted from me was sweet nothing.
Oh, like whispering sweet nothings. All you ever wanted from me was sweet nothing. You never wanted anything from me, you just want me.
You say what a mind time.
Gorgeous.
They said the end is coming. I found myself running home to your sweet nothing. You're in the kitchen humming.
The little things, innit?
Disruptors and soul deconstructor, and the voices that implore you should be doing more. That I'm just too soft for all of it.
Oh my god. Gorgeous.
Nothing.
I love it. Oh my god, I love it. It's like hiding from the the hugeness of the outside world just to come back to something small, something simple, something soft and pure, you know.
You ever wanted from me was sweet.
I love that. Beautifully written. Oh my god, the lyrics. Jesus Christ. This album is truly the best lyrics of her career. Gorgeous. Amazing. I love that. I love the production. I love, oh my god, of course I adore the production. I think it's beautiful. And I just love that idea of like turning the phrase sweet nothings, you know, whispering sweet nothings, you know, like just to make me happy. That's all that's for. And like she finds herself in the midst of all the kind of drama running home to Joe, presumably, just for the sweet nothings, all the beautiful things. But I just adore how she then turns that phrase on its head at the end of that chorus and says, all you ever wanted from me was sweet nothing. Isn't that just absolutely genius wordplay to take this like very well-known phrase and twist it, you know? Just so clever. I love it so much. You know, it's beautiful because you never expected anything from me, and that is, you know, that in itself is sweet. It's beautiful. Oh my god, I love it. I spy with my little tie-dye. I think that's so cute. Tiny as a firefly, a pebble that we picked up last July. Deep down inside your pocket, we almost forgot it. Oh, okay, so it's like little memories. Outside they push and shove and you're in the kitchen humming. That's really cute. All that you ever wanted from me was sweet nothing. On the way home, I wrote a poem. You say, what a mind. This happens all the time. That's so cute. Ah! Industry disruptors and soul deconstructors and smooth-talking hucksters are out glad-handing each other. And the voices that implore you should be doing more. To you, I can't admit that I'm just too soft for all of it. Although sometimes maybe she worries that she's not doing enough, or that, you know, there's all these people on the outside telling her what she should be doing. She, at least at the end of the day, can return back to, you know, her rock. Ugh. Okay, before we go on to the final song, just quickly to say, if you made it this far and you haven't subscribed, then make sure to do so. Also, make sure to keep an eye out for my reaction to the 7 other tracks, apparently, that are coming. Oh my god. Maybe next week. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to do that yet, because I've got lots of stuff happening. I'm going to see Rena, I'm going to see Dear Evan Hansen, I'm going to Swift Together. Also keep an eye out for my music video reaction of Anti-Hero if you haven't seen that. My music video reaction for whatever's coming on Tuesday as well. That'll be coming up right after the video comes out. And if you want to check out all my stuff early, then you can do it on Patreon. And if you want to check it all out unedited too, so listen to the whole song with me, listening party, then that's on Patreon as well. Links in the description. Cool. Okay, let's go on to the final song. This is Mastermind. Yes, arpeggiator.
Once upon a time,
Sounds far less heavy, doesn't it?
I ended up in the same room. Touch of a hand lit the fuse. Counter moves to a set.
Gorgeous.
Checkmate, I couldn't lose. What if I told you first night that you saw me, nothing was good? I laid groundwork and then. What if I told you I'm a mastermind?
Amazing.
Cause I'm a mastermind. You see all the wisest women, cause we were born to be the pawn. Lovers kiss.
Wow, yeah. So many references to the different games, you know. Mastermind is a board game in itself, isn't it? I was gonna say, I wonder if it's about the board game.
In our cocktails.
Oh, I love that moment.
I wanted your body. Cause I'm a mastermind.
Seems to be like an element of moving on to a point where she is more in control of herself, you know.
Me like a criminal ever since. To make the confess and now I swear. Cause I can't. You saw me, nothing was gonna stop.
I love this. This is so, like, I just love the melody and the rhythm of it.
You knew that I'm a mastermind. Cause I'm a mastermind.
Yeah, beautiful. I love that. And my god, it's the last song. But it's not, because there's 7 more, random. Oh my god. Just amazing. God, it just feels so complete. I can understand why she separated it into like two different versions, you know, because it feels like that is like a complete ending, you know. And I'll talk about the whole album Maroon in a sec. The reference to the game Mastermind and all these, and like chess and all these things, and it all coming together, and it all coming together in the way that she wanted it to come together. It's this sense of like ownership over herself, and like sense of confidence, sense of like, and she's kind of admitting all the things we kind of know about her in terms of her like career plan as well. You know, she thinks about things, you know, she plans things, she's strategic. That is the thing, right? She is a strategy minded person in terms of her career, and now she's kind of saying it about her relationship too, and she's admitting it, you know. But maybe like it's kind of an ownership, because I think some people try and take her down because she's strategic, but like actually it's, you know, she's taking confidence in it. She's turning that narrative around and actually saying, you know, my strategy has got me to where I am. It's got me, I'm happy, and actually it's who I am and I'm happy about it, you know. Yeah, so whole album, let's talk about it. It just feels like a very complete piece of work. You know, it just, if I were to have a criticism about Taylor's albums in the past, it felt like they were maybe a little bit overblown. Like for me, like Lover, the album, like maybe 6 or 7 of the songs were like top tier and the rest were like, okay. Do you know what I mean? Don't kill me, please. Like, and I'm talking like from a, like, you know, a critic's kind of perspective, but it feels like she's matured in her songwriting to a point where she can create an album that is a concept and just feels the need of exactly those 13 songs, and actually every song has its own place. It doesn't feel as if you could have the whole album without one song. I think that's because it starts off, you've got like a real gloomy, heavy, like the synths, the production, everything's very heavy and everything's very dark and everything's very like, I'm up in the middle of the night pacing back and forth, losing my mind over these things that are giving me huge anxiety. And about halfway through, in the kind of like dark moments, she starts to find a confidence and starts to reclaim her mind and starts to kind of say, the anxiety is not going to get ahead of me. I'm going to have who I am. I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to take the jewels. I'm going to stick them on me, and I'm going to have confidence. It's almost like she's manifesting that confidence. And throughout the album, it feels like it gets lighter. It starts really dark and heavy, and towards the end, it does have that kind of dream pop vibe. And for me, that represents like, you know, it being midnight. Maybe the album starts at midnight and every single song is like progressing slightly further towards the morning. And then by the time you get to the end, it's like the weight has been lifted and you're back to normal life again, you know. And it feels like that representation, that movement of darkness to light, is actually kind of then alongside like her movement of herself, her anxiety, and can't deal with anxiety, and actually being able to deal with it, control it, and actually look at herself in a more positive light and a more optimistic sense. So that, because actually that's how the karma has won her over the first time. She has she has optimism, she has strategy, she has like, you know, all these things in place. Those are the things that are actually gonna give her good karma and actually bring her back and actually keep her down to earth and actually give her happiness at the end of the day, despite the fact that sometimes in the middle of the night you do have these things that set you off, you know. And it's so cool. And it's such a universal thing, you know, this idea of being up in the middle of the night and not being able to sleep because you're worrying about stuff. Like, that is just like the whole of my early life. I really struggled to get to sleep just because, like, in the middle of the night, that was when my brain would always think about all this shit. You're a terrible person. You shouldn't have done this. You've been horrible to this person. You let this person go. You haven't been a good friend to this person. All this kinds of stuff. And I had to train myself. I had to I had to bejewel myself. And I had to train myself not to think of those things in the night, to shut them down, to come up with processes, you know, so that I could sleep. Now I read books every single night. I always have like a wind down phase. I have a sunset alarm clock, all of those things. And that is representative of, like, you know, this idea of taking control of yourself, using that control of your own mind in order to get better. Do you know what I mean? And that is what she's represented through the album, with the bejeweling, with the karma, all those kinds of things. And I relate to it so heavily, but with my sleep pattern. So weird. I'm going off on a complete tangent and I'm talking a mile a minute. So thanks for persisting, but I'm so impassioned by this. I just love that she is now at a place as a songwriter, and with her collaborators, she has managed to get into a groove that feels so, like, mature. To be honest, like, it feels like she's really, really, really growing up as a songwriter, and I love this next phase of her songwriting, where there's incredible depth to her lyricism, but also this greater overall sense of concept to tie every single song on the album together. It's almost like she's written all the songs, but then kind of taken a moment and thought, actually, no, how is this actually going to be as an album, rather than it just being a snapshot of her life, you know? And that for me is particularly love stuff that has like firm concept. That's what really gets me going. It makes me really passionate, and I love that Taylor's done that. And there's so many songs on this album I adore. For me, it's completely up there with her best songs. It's so difficult to like compare, because something like Red is like quite loose in the way that it's like quite, you know, she was only in her 20s, early 20s when she wrote it, but there's something about that unbridled passion of Red that is just so inspiring. But for this, in terms of like, if I talk about it as like a kind of from a slightly more critical angle, I think it's probably her best. But I wouldn't be able to say that like emotionally it's her best necessarily. Obviously I need to let the album sit with me. Yeah, it's really wonderful. So good. Phase 3 Tay, adore it. Oh my god. And so there's 7 more songs to listen to. I'm not going to film it now. I've got a cold. I need to get this first reaction out, and I'll figure it out during the week. But make sure to subscribe so that you're first to watch my reaction to the other vault tracks, lol, for this album, and for all my music video reactions to this as well, and for all my future Taylor Swift reactions. If you haven't seen all my old ones, then make sure to go back and check them out. There's a playlist of every single Taylor video I've ever done. Before we sign off, super special thank you to my patrons. Those are the guys who are supporting me on Patreon from the 2nd tier upwards, and they one of their perks is getting their names in the credits. There's all sorts of other perks, so if you want to check it out, the link's on the screen. Yeah, thank you for so much for the support. You're allowing me to do this and to spend all this time listening to music and being inspired by it. Yay. Cool. Meet me at midnight, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.